Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Curious Minds. The world is full of mind-blowing facts that will leave you amazed. From strange science to incredible animals, there's always something new to discover. In this video, we're bringing you part 2 of 50 amazing facts you need to know, so if you haven't seen part 1 yet, be sure to check it out. Get ready for more surprising, fascinating, and unbelievable facts. Let's dive in. Fact number 51. Clouds are incredibly heavy. When you look up at the sky, clouds seem light and fluffy, but did you know that a single cloud can weigh around 1,000,000 tons? That's because an average cloud has a volume of about 1 cubic kilometer and a density of roughly 1.3 kilograms per cubic meter. This means clouds are only about 0.4% less dense than the air around them, which allows them to float instead of falling like a massive waterfall from the sky. If they were just a little denser, they'd come crashing down as a giant water mass. It's kind of crazy to think that at any given moment, there are millions of tons of water suspended right above our heads. So, the next time you're staring at the clouds, remember you're looking at floating giants. Fact number 52. Giraffes are lightning magnets. Giraffes may be some of the tallest animals on Earth, but their height comes with a shocking disadvantage. They are 30 times more likely to be struck by lightning than humans. Between 1996 and 2010, there were 5 well-documented cases of giraffes being killed by lightning. While that may not seem like much, considering the giraffe population was around 140,000 at the time, this translates to about 0.3 deaths per 1,000 giraffes each year. In comparison, the fatality rate for humans is much lower. Giraffes act like natural lightning rods in open savannas, where tall trees are sparse, making them the highest points in the landscape. Normally, trees absorb most lightning strikes, but when none are around, giraffes become prime targets. So, while thunderstorms might be scary for us, they're far more dangerous for these gentle giants. Fact number 53. Your nails grow faster in hot summer. Have you ever noticed that your nails seem to grow faster during the summer? This isn't just your imagination. Warmer temperatures lead to increased blood circulation, which boosts the supply of oxygen and nutrients to your fingertips, encouraging faster nail growth. Another possible reason? You're often more relaxed during summer, especially if you're on holiday, meaning you're less likely to bite your nails out of stress. So, next time you're soaking up the sun, take a look at your hands. You might just notice your nails growing at super speed. Fact number 54. Earth's rotation is slowing down. The Earth is slowing down, and yes, that means our days are getting longer. On average, the length of a day increases by about 1.8 milliseconds per century. That might not seem like much, but if we go back 600 million years, a full day on Earth lasted only around 21 hours instead of 24. The reason for this slowdown is the moon, which affects Earth's tides and creates friction that gradually slows the planet's rotation. Scientists have been able to track this process by studying ancient corals and using atomic clocks to measure changes over time. But don't worry, this change is so slow that it won't affect us in our lifetime. Still, millions of years from now, the concept of a 24-hour day might be a thing of the past. Fact number 55. Your brain is eating itself, and that's a good thing. It might sound terrifying, but your brain is constantly eating itself. This process, called phagocytosis, allows brain cells to consume damaged or unnecessary cells, helping to remove waste and keep the brain functioning at its best. Think of it as your brain's way of taking out the trash. It gets rid of weak cells and recycles important materials to optimize performance. Without this process, toxic buildup could lead to serious brain dysfunction. Scientists believe that phagocytosis plays a key role in learning and memory, helping the brain stay sharp. So, in a way, your brain is always self-upgrading, ensuring you function at peak efficiency. Turns out, a little bit of self-destruction is actually a good thing. Fact number 56. There's a planet mostly made of diamond. Imagine a planet covered in diamonds. Well, it actually exists. Called 55 Cancri. This incredible exoplanet is about twice the size of Earth and orbits, a star 40 light-years away in the Cancer constellation. Scientists believe that due to its high carbon content and extreme pressure, a significant portion of the planet could be made of crystallized diamond. With scorching temperatures exceeding 2000 CE, 3600 F, it's far from habitable. But if we could somehow mine it, this diamond world would be worth quadrillions of dollars. Fact number 57. Flamingos aren't born pink. Believe it or not, flamingos don't hatch with their iconic pink color. These birds are actually born with gray or white feathers, and their transformation happens over time. Their pinkish hue comes from their diet, which consists mainly of brine shrimp and blue-green algae, both rich in carotenoid pigments. As their bodies break down these pigments, the color gets deposited in their feathers, skin, and even beaks. So, without their special diet, flamingos would stay pale their whole lives. Fact number 58. Animals experience time differently. Have you ever wondered why flies seem to dodge your hand at lightning speed? It turns out that different animals experience time at different speeds. To smaller creatures, the world moves much more slowly than it does for humans. This is because the perception of time depends on how quickly the brain processes visual and sensory information. Salamanders, lizards, and other small animals have faster neural processing, making their surroundings appear to move in slow motion. On the other hand, larger animals like elephants process information more slowly, making time feel like it's passing faster for them. This explains why a fly can react to your swatting hand so quickly. It's seeing everything unfold much more slowly than you are. So, to a fly, you might look like you're moving in slow motion, giving it just enough time to escape. Fact number 59. Water might not be wet. Water is wet, or is it? Believe it or not, many scientists argue that water itself isn't actually wet. Wetness is typically defined as the ability of a liquid to adhere to a solid surface and create a layer of moisture. By this definition, water isn't wet on its own. It simply makes other objects wet when it comes into contact with them. Imagine a single droplet of water floating in space. It wouldn't be considered wet because there's nothing for it to stick to. It's a strange way to think about something we interact with every day, but it makes sense when you break it down scientifically. So the next time someone asks you if water is wet, you've got an answer that will make them question everything they know. Fact number 60. A chicken lived for 18 months without a head. You might think that losing your head is an instant death sentence, but one chicken proved that theory wrong. Back in the 1940s, a chicken named Mike lived for an astonishing 18 months after being decapitated. When a farmer in Colorado tried to butcher Mike for dinner, his axe missed a crucial part of the brainstem, leaving enough of his brain intact to keep him alive. With his jugular vein mostly intact, Mike was still able to function walking, attempting to peck, and even trying to preen himself. His owners fed him by dropping food and water directly into his throat. He even went on tour and was known as Miracle Mike. Normally, a headless chicken dies in a matter of minutes, but Mike defied the odds and proved just how resilient life can be. Fact number 61. The world's bacteria could stretch 10 billion light years. If you stacked all the bacteria on Earth on top of each other, they would stretch for an unbelievable 10 billion light years. These microscopic organisms, averaging about 0.001 millimeter in length, could wrap around our Milky Way galaxy more than 20,000 times. Despite their tiny size, bacteria outnumber human cells in our bodies and play essential roles in digestion, decomposition, and even the air we breathe. They've been around for billions of years, long before any other form of life. So, while you might not see them, bacteria quite literally shape our world in ways we can barely imagine. Fact number 62. Wearing a tie can reduce blood flow to the brain. Ever feel lightheaded after putting on a tight necktie? A 2018 study found that wearing a tie can reduce blood flow to your brain by up to 7.5%. This restriction can cause dizziness, nausea, headaches, and even increase eye pressure, which isn't great for your health. Not only that, but ties are also fantastic at carrying germs, making them a surprising health hazard. So, if you need to wear one, consider loosening it a bit. Your brain will thank you. Fact number 63. The biggest butterfly in the world has a 31 km wingspan. The title of the world's largest butterfly belongs to the Queen Alexandra's birdwing, an enormous species found in the forests of the Oro province in eastern Papua New Guinea. With a wingspan reaching up to 31 centimeters, 12 inches, it dwarfs most other butterflies. The females are significantly larger than the males and have broader, brown-colored wings, while the males sport vibrant blue and green hues. Due to habitat destruction, this rare butterfly is now critically endangered, making sightings even more special. Fact number 64. Dogs tilt their heads to recognize familiar words. Ever wondered why dogs tilt their heads when you talk to them? It's not just for cuteness, it actually helps them better recognize familiar words and sounds. By tilting their heads, dogs can adjust their ear positioning, allowing them to pinpoint specific tones, phrases, or even the emotions in your voice. Some studies suggest that dogs with a larger vocabulary, those who can recognize many words, tilt their heads more often. So next time your pup gives you that adorable head tilt, they might just be trying to understand you better. Fact number 65. Bats aren't blind. Despite the common saying, bats are not blind. In fact, many species have excellent vision, especially in low-light conditions. However, they rely more on their famous echolocation to navigate and hunt in complete darkness. By emitting high-frequency sounds and interpreting the returning echoes, bats can pinpoint objects, detect movement, and even differentiate textures. Some fruit bats, like flying foxes, have eyesight as sharp as a cat's. So, next time you hear someone say blind as a bat, you'll know that's far from the truth. Fact number 66. The sun makes a sound, but we can't hear it. The sun may look like a silent ball of fire, but it actually creates sound. These sound waves, called pressure waves, are produced by the sun's turbulent surface activity. However, their wavelengths stretch for hundreds of miles, making them far beyond the range of human hearing. If we could hear them, they would resemble deep, eerie vibrations. Luckily, space is a vacuum, so these sounds never reach Earth otherwise. The sun might sound more like a cosmic drum than a silent celestial body. Fact number 67. Earth is 4.54 billion years old. Scientists estimate that Earth is around 4.54 billion years old, give or take 50 million years. This incredible discovery was made using radiometric dating of ancient rocks and meteorites. To put it in perspective, our planet is about half the age of the Milky Way galaxy, which is believed to be 1113 billion years old. Even more astonishing, the entire universe itself is around 13.8 billion years old, making Earth roughly a third of its age. Our world has been through billions of years of cosmic evolution, shaping it into the planet we call home today. Fact number 68. You can't fold a piece of paper more than 8 times. It's a common belief that you can't fold a standard A4 piece of paper more than 8 times, and for good reason. With each fold, the number of layers doubles, making the paper too thick and too small to fold any further. However, in 2002, California high school student Brittany Gallivan shattered this myth. She successfully folded a 1.2-kilometer-long piece of tissue paper 12 times, setting a world record. Her achievement proved that, with the right material and size, it is possible to break the 8-fold barrier. Fact number 69. Octopuses don't actually have tentacles. Despite what cartoons and movies tell you, octopuses don't have tentacles, they have arms. Scientists define tentacles as limbs with suckers only at the tips, like those of squids and cuttlefish. In contrast, octopuses have suckers running down the entire length of their limbs, making them arms, not tentacles. These highly flexible arms allow them to manipulate objects, solve puzzles, and even open jars. So, the next time you see an octopus, remember it's got 8 arms, not tentacles. Fact number 70. Giraffes hum to communicate with each other. While giraffes are often thought to be silent, they actually use low-frequency sounds to communicate. Researchers have discovered that giraffes hum, especially at night, possibly to stay in contact with their herd. These sounds are so low that they are difficult for humans to hear, and they might even serve as a way to navigate in the dark without alerting predators. Some scientists also believe giraffes could be talking in their sleep, as they have been observed making these sounds while resting. Fact number 71. NASA faked part of the moon landing. While conspiracy theories claim the moon landing was staged, the truth is that NASA only faked a small part of the mission, but it wasn't the landing itself. When the Apollo 11 astronauts returned to Earth, they were placed in a quarantine chamber to prevent any potential moon germs from spreading. However, scientists later admitted that this protocol was mostly for show, as there was never any real risk of lunar contamination. The quarantine was done more to reassure the public than for actual safety. So while the famous moon landing was 100% real, the post-mission precautions were more of a publicity stunt. Fact number 72, pineapples take their time to grow. If you've ever wondered why pineapples are so special, it's because each one takes up to 2 years to fully grow. Unlike fast-growing fruits like berries or melons, pineapples develop slowly from a single flower, eventually forming into the spiky, sweet fruit we love. Since they grow close to the ground and require a warm, tropical climate, they're mostly cultivated in places like Hawaii, the Philippines, and Costa Rica. Their long growing period makes them more expensive and precious compared to other fruits, so next time you enjoy a pineapple, appreciate the patience it took to grow. Fact number 73, China has the largest population on Earth. With around 1.4 billion people, China holds the title of the most populous country on the planet. This massive population accounts for nearly 1/5 of all humans on Earth. China's major cities, like Shanghai, Beijing, and Guangzhou, are home to tens of millions of people, making them some of the most crowded urban centers in the world. However, with birth rates declining and India's population rapidly increasing, China may soon lose its top spot. Fact number 74. You can actually die laughing. Laughter may be the best medicine, but in rare cases, it can be deadly. Some unfortunate individuals have suffered fatal heart attacks or suffocation due to prolonged, uncontrollable laughter. One of the most famous cases occurred in 1975, when a man named Alex Mitchell laughed so hard at a comedy show that he collapsed and died. Scientists believe excessive laughter can trigger cardiac arrest or breathing difficulties, especially in those with pre-existing conditions. While most people will never experience this, maybe comedy shows should come with a warning laugh responsibly. Fact number 75. Teeth are the only part of the human body that can't heal themselves. Unlike bones or skin, human teeth lack the ability to regenerate or repair themselves when damaged. This is because tooth enamel, the outermost protective layer, is not a living tissue and doesn't contain blood vessels or nerves. Once enamel is eroded by decay, injury, or wear, it's gone for good, leaving teeth vulnerable to cavities and sensitivity. While dental treatments like fillings and crowns can restore function, the natural tooth structure itself can never grow back. Fact number 76. Ants don't have lungs, but they still breathe. Unlike humans, ants don't have lungs. Instead, they breathe through tiny openings in their bodies called spiracles. These spiracles, which can number between 9 and 10 depending on the species, allow oxygen to enter and carbon dioxide to exit. Since ants are so small, they don't need a complex respiratory system. Air simply diffuses into their bodies. This unique breathing method allows ants to survive in tiny spaces and explains why they don't suffocate when buried underground. Even without lungs, these little creatures manage just fine. Fact number 77. The heart of a shrimp is located in its head. A shrimp's heart is located in its head, just behind its brain and stomach. Unlike mammals, shrimp have an open circulatory system, meaning their blood isn't confined to veins and arteries, but instead flows freely around their organs. This system helps distribute oxygen and nutrients efficiently. Their translucent exoskeleton makes it difficult to see their internal organs, but if you look closely, you might spot the tiny heart at work. This unique anatomy allows shrimp to thrive in various aquatic environments, from freshwater to deep-sea habitats. Fact number 78. Football teams wearing red play better. The color of your jersey might impact your performance on the field. Studies of football matches over the last 55 years show that teams wearing red uniforms consistently perform better, especially in home games. Psychologists believe this is because red is associated with dominance, aggression, and power, giving players a psychological edge. Opponents may also perceive red-clad teams as more intimidating, influencing their gameplay. So if you're picking a team kit, red might just be the winning choice. Fact number 79. Wind turbines kill thousands of birds every year. Wind energy is great for the environment, but it has an unintended consequence: bird deaths. In the UK alone, Wind turbines are responsible for between 10,000 and 100,000 bird deaths annually. However, researchers have discovered a simple fix. Painting one of the turbine blades black can reduce bird collisions by up to 70%. The black blade makes the turbines more visible to birds, allowing them to avoid fatal crashes. It's a small change that could save thousands of lives while keeping renewable energy eco-friendly. Fact number 80. Snails have thousands of teeth. Snails may be slow, but their mouths are surprisingly powerful. These slimy creatures have between 1,000 and 12,000 tiny teeth arranged on a file-like tongue called a radula. Instead of chewing like we do, they use this tongue to scrape and grind their food. Some species even have teeth strong enough to bore through limestone. While you won't see a snail flashing a big toothy grin, their hidden dental power is far more impressive than it seems. Fact number 81. Venus spins in reverse. Venus is the only planet in the solar system that rotates clockwise, a motion known as retrograde rotation. Unlike Earth, which spins counterclockwise, Venus takes 243 Earth days to complete one full rotation, making its day longer than its 225-day year. Scientists believe this unusual spin was caused by a massive collision early in Venus's history, flipping its axis. As a result, if you could stand on Venus, you'd see the sun rise in the west and set in the east, opposite to how it happens on Earth. Fact number 82. A horse has more than 1 horsepower. Despite the name, a horse's actual power output is far greater than a single horsepower. A study in 1993 found that at peak exertion, a horse can generate around 18,000 watts of power, which equates to approximately 24 horsepower. The term horsepower was originally coined by James Watt in the 18th century to market his steam engines, based on the average sustained output of a working horse. While a horse may only sustain around 1 horsepower over long periods, in short bursts, they far exceed the term they inspired. Fact number 83. Your signature might reveal your personality. Your handwriting says more about you than you think, especially your signature. A 2016 study found that in men, larger signatures tend to be linked to higher social bravado and dominance. In women, bigger signatures were associated with narcissistic traits. Other research suggests that illegible signatures may indicate a desire for privacy, while elaborate flourishes could signal confidence or arrogance. Though handwriting analysis isn't an exact science, your signature might be revealing more than you realize. Fact number 84. The moon has moonquakes. Just like Earth experiences earthquakes, the moon has its own version moonquakes. These seismic events occur due to tidal stresses caused by the gravitational pull between the Earth and the moon. Unlike Earth's quakes, which come from shifting tectonic plates, moonquakes are linked to the moon's slow cooling and shrinking, causing its surface to crack. Some moonquakes can last for hours, much longer than typical earthquakes, since the moon lacks water to dampen the vibrations. These quakes are strong enough to pose a challenge for future lunar bases. Fact number 85. An ostrich's eye is bigger than its brain. Ostriches have the largest eyes of any land animal, measuring around 5 cm, 2 inches, in diameter, even bigger than their brains. This might explain their somewhat confused escape tactics, like running in circles when startled. Despite being able to sprint at speeds of up to 70 km/h43 their enormous eyes give them excellent vision, helping them spot predators from far away, but their relatively small brains mean their reactions can sometimes seem a bit unpredictable. Fact number 86. You can't hum while holding your nose. Go ahead, try it. When you hum, air needs to escape through your nose to create the sound. But if you pinch your nostrils shut, that airflow is completely blocked, making it impossible to continue humming. Instead, you'll feel pressure building in your throat, forcing you to either stop or open your mouth. It's a fun little trick of human anatomy that often surprises people, especially when they instinctively try it out. Fact number 87. Vatican City, the world's smallest country. Vatican City holds the title of the smallest country on Earth, covering just 0.49 square kilometers, about 120 times smaller than Manhattan. Despite its tiny size, it is home to St. Peter's Basilica, the Sistine Chapel, and the Pope himself. With a population of around 800 people, it operates as an independent city-state, housing some of the world's most treasured religious and artistic landmarks. Fact number 88. Finland is the happiest country in the world. For 6 years in a row, Finland has ranked as the world's happiest country, according to the World Happiness Report. Factors such as strong social support, low corruption, excellent education, and work-life balance contribute to the high happiness levels. Plus, Finland is home to some unique joys, reindeer, stunning natural landscapes, and more saunas than people. Whether it's the fresh air, good governance, or cozy culture, something about Finland keeps its citizens smiling year after year. Fact number 89. Hippos can't swim, they gallop underwater. Despite spending most of their lives in water, hippos don't actually swim. Their bones are too dense for buoyancy, so instead of floating, they push off the riverbed in a galloping motion. Hippos also have a built-in reflex that allows them to sleep underwater. They rise to the surface for a breath and sink back down without waking up. So while they may look like they're swimming, they're actually walking, hopping, and bouncing beneath the surface. Fact number 90. Pigs can't look up at the sky. Pigs are physically unable to tilt their heads upward to look at the sky due to the structure of their spine and neck muscles. Their anatomy is designed for rooting and foraging on the ground, limiting their range of motion. While they can lift their heads slightly, they cannot fully extend their necks to gaze straight up. The only way a pig might see the sky is by rolling onto its back, which isn't something they do often. Fact number 91. Your tongue print is unique. Just like fingerprints, every person's tongue has a unique pattern that sets them apart. The shape, texture, and arrangement of taste buds create a distinct print that no two individuals share. Researchers have even explored the possibility of using tongue prints for biometric identification, as the tongue is well protected inside the mouth, making it less prone to wear and external damage. Though not widely used for security purposes yet, the tongue's individualized features could one day become another way to verify identity, just like fingerprints or retinal scans. Fact number 92. A blue whale's tongue is as heavy as an elephant. The tongue of a blue whale can weigh up to 4,000 kilograms, 8,800 pounds, roughly the same as an adult elephant. These marine giants also have massive hearts, weighing nearly a ton, 2,200 pounds, which is about the size of a small car. Despite their enormous size, a blue whale's heart beats as slowly as once every 10 seconds when diving deep into the ocean. Their immense circulatory system is designed to efficiently pump oxygen throughout their colossal bodies, supporting their deep-sea dives and long migrations. Fact number 93. Candles were once a survival food during famine. In times of extreme food shortages, people resorted to eating candles to survive. Early candles were made from tallow, rendered beef or mutton fat, or beeswax, both of which are edible, though not particularly appetizing. During historical famines, especially in harsh winters, desperate individuals would melt down candles for sustenance, as they provided a small source of fat and energy. However, modern candles, made from paraffin or synthetic materials, are no longer safe to consume. Fact number 94. Bamboo is the fastest-growing woody plant. Bamboo holds the record as the fastest-growing woody plant on Earth. Certain species, under optimal conditions, can shoot up by an astonishing 35 inches, 91 km, in just one day. That's over an inch per hour. This rapid growth is due to its unique rhizome-dependent root system. Because of its strength, flexibility, and sustainability, bamboo is widely used in construction, furniture, and even fabric production. Fact number 95. Starfish don't have bodies, only heads. Starfish and other echinoderms like sea urchins and sand dollars have a bizarre anatomy. Instead of having a separate head and body, their entire structure is considered a head. Their nerve ring acts like a brain, coordinating movement across their arms. Unlike most animals, starfish don't have blood. They use seawater to circulate nutrients. They can even regenerate lost limbs, sometimes growing a whole new starfish from just one severed arm. Fact number 96. A cat spends on average 15 hours a day sleeping. Cats are true sleep champions, spending an average of 15 hours a day snoozing, with some even reaching 20 hours during their most relaxed states. This means that by the time a cat reaches 9 years old, it has spent 6 years asleep. Their sleep cycles include both light dozing and deep REM sleep, which helps them stay alert while conserving energy for sudden bursts of activity, like chasing toys or darting around at night when you're trying to sleep. Fact number 97. You travel 2.5 million kilometers every day. Even if you feel like you haven't moved, you've actually traveled millions of kilometers today. The Earth orbits the Sun at an average speed of 107,000 km/h, meaning that in a single day, we move 2.5 million kilometers around our star. But that's not all. Our entire solar system is also hurtling through space at 828,000 km/h, meaning we're moving far more than we ever realized. Fact number 98. You share your birthday with around 19 million people. Your birthday might feel like a personal celebration, but statistically, you share it with around 19 million people worldwide. With a global population of approximately 8 billion, simple division suggests that every calendar date is the birthday of nearly 1 in every 420 people on Earth. While the exact number varies depending on birth rates in different years, the odds are high that millions of people across different countries and cultures are marking the same occasion. So while your birthday is uniquely yours, it's also a global celebration happening in many corners of the world. Fact number 99. Tea, the world's second most popular drink. After water, tea is the most consumed beverage on the planet. Whether it's black, green, white, or herbal, tea has been a staple in cultures worldwide for thousands of years. From British afternoon tea to Japan's intricate tea ceremonies and India's famous chai, it's a drink that transcends borders. With an estimated 3 billion cups enjoyed daily, tea isn't just a comforting brew. It's a global tradition that brings people together. Fact number 100. Most ginger cats are male. Ever notice that most orange tabby cats seem to be male? That's because the ginger gene, O gene, is carried on the X chromosome. Female cats have 2 X chromosomes, meaning they need 2 copies of the gene to be ginger, while males, who have only 1 X chromosome, need only 1 copy. As a result, around 75% of all ginger cats are male, while female gingers are much rarer. And that wraps up part 2 of 50 amazing facts you need to know. We've covered everything from space mysteries to incredible animal abilities, proving once again that the world is full of surprises. If you enjoyed these mind-blowing facts, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more fascinating discoveries. Let us know in the comments which facts surprised you the most. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video on Curious Minds.